In what is considered the battle of the SEC West, Alabama and LSU will square off in Week 10 in what very well could be the deciding game for this side of the conference. LSU pulled off a miraculous win last year at home in Death Valley, stunning the Crimson Tide in overtime. With questions surrounding Nick Saban's legacy this year, all eyes are on Alabama after a 10-2 season. They must win this game to silence the doubters and punch their ticket to the SEC title game. Will LSU win this heavyweight matchup for the second year in a row, or will Alabama regain stride and handle business on November 4th? Stick around to hear our thoughts. Welcome back to Classic Cultures. As we continue on with our 2023 preview series, we take a look at the LSU-Alabama matchup. Last year, this was a barn-burning game, 32-31 final score. LSU won. We're hoping this game is as good as it was last year. But before we get into any of the football discussion, if you guys are new around here, please do us a favor, drop a comment, like the video, hit the notification bell, but most of all, subscribe. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be giving away another signed Heisman jersey. We also started our college football pick'em for the 2023 season, our inaugural season for that. So the link is in the description. Make sure you guys join that. The winner at the end, so whoever has the most points or percentage, I'm not sure how it works. Whoever is the number one spot for that is going to get a jersey of their choice shipped out to them from us. So that'll be kind of a fun thing to do. So you guys can show us how more knowledgeable you are than us. And we get a lot of hate comments saying that we don't know what we're talking about. So prove yourself out there. But before we get into the video, today's comment of the day comes from yesterday's video. The video previewing the Washington Huskies and the Oregon State Beavers comes from James Hawkins 6853. He says, last year's game was in Seattle. This year's game is in Corvallis. Now the Beavers have a better quarterback, either DJ or the incredible freshman. So obviously he's riding with the Beavers. Those of you guys who watched the video yesterday, my dad and I think the Huskies are going to win. I think it's going to be a close game. I think you had the game.
The comment's going to be right there. It's going to be right there.
Bro is such a weirdo. I think you had the game close as well, but that's going to be a hell of a game. One of the better games in the Pac-12 for sure. But with all that being said, let's talk about LSU, Alabama. What do you think about it? And kind of who do you have winning and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think we've broken down both of these teams now, both in their own video and in other games. So I'm not going to go through the stats and the numbers and who left and who's back. I think we all know that at this point in time with both of these teams, right? We know who was lost, who's back. I think this now comes down to, can LSU take control of the SEC West? Now, again, we know they won the SEC West last year. We know they won this game. And like Steven said, a thrilling game. But is this the moment where Brian Kelly and LSU really take a hold of this SEC West? Like I've said in multiple videos, I will never count Nick Saban out. He's the only coach, 7 national championships. He's the only coach who's earned the benefit of the doubt. I just believe, based on what I've seen, right? So I got to caveat this with based on what I've seen. The level of talent that Alabama has lost over the last 2 years versus the level of talent that LSU is returning. In where I thought they were in an upward trajectory. I don't think many of us would have picked them to be in the SEC championship last year. In fact, we probably would have had them second, third, fourth in the West, behind maybe Ole Miss, and we can name a couple other teams. Brian Kelly turned that thing, and again, we're not talking about they're not in the final form, but he turned that thing around much quicker than I think a lot of us thought. Got them back to, and I don't want to say prominence, right? They have not yet touched the motherland, which is college football playoffs, but they were on the brink. And
Oh, you mean with Brian Kelly?
With Brian Kelly.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
Brian Kelly. But they were on the brink last year. They were in the discussion. And really, if they had, and obviously this is a tough had, but if they had beaten Georgia, probably deservedly would have been in the college football playoff.
100%.
They probably,
100%.
Yeah, they probably would have took one of those spots. So I think you have one team going up, and I'm not going to say Alabama's going down, but again, 2-loss season is very un-Alabama-like. So you got LSU in what I think is an upswing, in Alabama, where again, I think we may be starting to see some holes in the continued loss of top quality players. Now, they're going to replace 5 stars with 5 stars, but I think it may take a little bit. I think if LSU was going to get them, and obviously they won the game last year, but I think if they were going to be a favorite in a game outside of the outside of the year where they had everybody, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. And this is the year. This is the year for LSU to be a favorite, to go into this game feeling really good about themselves. And as you guys know, as you guys can probably tell, I think LSU is going to win this game. What's your thoughts, Steven?
So just to kind of ping pong after what you just said, Alabama is a touchdown favorite in this game.
That's crazy.
And now I want to say this.
I think that's out of respect, though. I think that's out of respect to say.
Now, comment section viewers who are seeing this, bettors out there, I think this is the perfect opportunity to bet on LSU. With them being a 7, or I'm not gonna say 7, they're a 6.5 point underdog, which is really still a touchdown.
Equates to 7. Yeah.
So I mean, I think if you are an LSU fan, if you are a believer in this team, you guys should be smashing these betting lines because you're coming in as a. I mean, this is the line currently. It could change, obviously over the course of the season. But I think it's a good bet. Coming into this preview, I went back and forth like 3 or 4 times throughout the day. I'm kind of researching who I'm going to have. I ultimately ended up choosing Alabama, but I think it's going to be a game like last year. I don't know if it'll go into overtime, but I think it's going to be a 3-point or less game. I don't see either team winning by a touchdown or more. I think it's going to be very close, barring something crazy happening, obviously. But I don't know. I think this game is going to be really good. You have Jaden Daniels, who's trying to be a Heisman type, contender and player this year. You have quarterback questions surrounding Alabama, but Alabama always has a solid defense. LSU is going to have a solid defense. I think the reason why I went back and forth is kind of a credit to the comment section the last couple of weeks. I've had a lot of arguments, a lot of dialogue and discussions with a lot of LSU fans. I would say there's been more LSU fans than anybody else on our channel in the last month and a half. More so because we've talked about LSU quite a bit here.
Yeah.
And they've kind of swayed me a little bit. Not to the point where I'm going to pick them in this game because I still think Nick Saban's going to do a great job getting his team prepared at this point in the season. You're talking about a November 4th game. So this is, this is game 9 or 10 maybe for them. So I don't think, if this was a week 1 or 2 game, I'd probably favor LSU heavily because of the quarterback room, the experience. The weapons for Alabama wasn't very explosive last year when you talk about Kobe Prentice, when you talk about Burton, when you talk about, they lost the tight end. You have Ja'Cory Brooks. I don't even know who's starting at running back this year for them.
So it's going to be McClain.
Jace McClellan. That's right. Jace McClellan.
And he almost went for about 650 last year.
Yeah, but
7 touchdowns.
But they don't really have that guy.
And the tight end is Latu.
Yeah. Is he still there? He left, right? Yeah, Latu left.
Yeah, Latu's gone.
But I think when you look at Alabama, they don't really have that guy. Now, could somebody break out? Of course, somebody could break out. But in the years past, you had the Devontae Smiths, the Ruggs, the Waddles, the Judys, the Cooper. I could go on. The list goes on for the last 10 years. But last year, they didn't really have that go-to wide receiver threat. So I think until someone establishes that and helps, either Buckner, Simpson, or Milroe kind of take control of that offense, have a go-to kind of security blanket of sorts. I don't know until we see them on the field. But again, I trust too much into Nick Saban to kind of bet against them. But I would not be surprised if either team won. Like I said, before LSU fans grill me in the comment section for the 5th or 6th video on this channel, it's not that I don't trust LSU. I think Nick Saban is such a good coach. But again, throughout the entire day today, I had LSU winning for 30 minutes. Then I had Alabama winning for an hour. Then I changed and I had LSU winning for another 45 minutes. I changed so much that, I may change my mind in another hour and a half, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think, one, to your point, if somebody's going to break out as a receiver, it's going to have to be Burton. He was at almost 700 yards. I think the biggest X factor in this game from last year is Jaden Daniels' ability to run. If you guys remember, he almost went for 100 yards passing. 100 yards rushing. Didn't necessarily have a great passing game. He was under 200 yards passing, but didn't turn the ball over, didn't throw any interceptions, but ran for 95 yards. And if you guys remember the miracle play where they went for 2, and again, he took the game over with his legs. And I think that's the X factor. His ability to extend drives, to extend plays with his legs seemed to cause Alabama problems last year. Now, to Steven's point, what I think is now Nick Saban has seen it. I think Nick Saban in terms of what Jaden Daniels is able to do with his legs, is going to figure out something, some form of spy or some sort of defensive formation to try to take that away. But because Alabama got pressure last year. I think they had 6 sacks in the game. So they were able to get pressure. It's just that, like I said, Jaden Daniels was able to extend plays, extend drives, and ultimately win the game using his legs. So I want to see how big of a factor that is. If there's anything to me that's an X factor, it's going to be Jaden Daniels' ability to run the ball. And like I said, extend drives and extend plays.
And now I will say this. Obviously, like you said, Nick Saban has seen it for a year, so he's going to have a little bit of time game planning it. But I kind of compare it a little bit to when Alabama played Clemson in the 2 national championship games. Obviously, in the 2016 game, Deshaun Watson had like 500 yards. He had 400 yards passing at 100 on the ground. The next year, he almost, replicated that. I think he had like 410 yards, 410 total yards, excuse me. So I don't think it's impossible for Jaden Daniels, to have a better game than he had last year. Right. He only threw for 180 yards. I expect him to throw well over that this year. I don't know off the top of my head what he ran for. I think you said almost 100 yards.
He ran for 95 yards.
So I don't know if he'll be able to do that again, but I fully expect him to throw more than 180. Alabama turned the ball over once. They're probably going to turn the ball over a little bit more than that. I'm talking about in terms of both teams. Only 1 turnover in comparison to both teams in the entire game. I expect it to be more turnovers than that. I think the strength of both of these teams are going to be their defenses this year. So I expect it to be a little bit of a low-scoring game. So my final prediction, I'm going to go 23-20. So I'm going to say a very close game. Like I said, a field goal margin. So I think it's going to be a good one. But what is your final prediction for the game? And 23-20 Alabama. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 32-31 last year. I'm probably going to go a little bit higher than you. I'm going to say a touchdown. 28-21 LSU. Again, I think this is going to be a close game till the end. I think this is where Jaden Daniels, having played in the SEC for a year in these big game environments for a year, is going to help him versus Milroe, who, and again, yes, he was on Alabama last year. Yes, he played some for Alabama last year, but this is going to be a big game atmosphere. I expect game day and all of that. So I have them pulling away with some miracle Heisman moment touchdown late. Jaden Daniels pulling it out 28-21.
And another kind of factor that I played into this, those of you guys who watched last video and the video before that, this game is in Bryant-Denny Stadium. So I did give Alabama a little bit of the edge there. Obviously, they went to Death Valley last year, which is arguably the most hostile environment in all of college football, top 3 at minimum. So I think that's going to play a factor. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is a veteran quarterback, so I don't think he's going to be, a deer in headlights or any sort like that. But it is obviously in hostile territory in Alabama with 100,000 fans. So I think that plays a huge part. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, Alabama is about a touchdown favorite. My dad has LSU winning by 7. So LSU fans, supporters, believers, make sure you guys smash those betting lines. Go make yourself some money if you truly feel like they're going to win this game. Yeah. And again, as you guys can see, my dad and I have different perspectives and different opinions on who's going to win this game. So that's perfect for when we do the college football pick'em. That's going to be awesome. So those of you guys also who agree with me or agree with my dad, make sure you guys join the college football pick'em in the description below. Join it. Like I said, we're at about 10 people in there. We want a gang of you guys to join. It's going to be a fun community. We're building a fun community now. We're almost 800 subscribers. Again, we're giving away a jersey at 1,000 subscribers, giving away a jersey at the end of the year. Whoever gets the pick'em, unless one of us wins it, then, I'll buy my dad one or he'll buy me one. One of us wins it. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking around this far. I know my dad has trivia before we head out, so go ahead and hit the trivia.
All right, so trivia, we're going to do NFL players in college again. So my first one, we'll start with, let's see where we want to go. Let's go La'el Collins, the right tackle for the Bengals.
The LSU Tigers.
LSU, that's pretty good.
Hey, chat, comment section. I'm not going to miss one today. I'm not missing any today.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's now you're challenging me.
Let's do 5, baby.
5. Okay, now you're challenging. You said not going to miss one.
Yeah, unless you go grab a punt.
No, I'm okay.
Come on, bro.
Bubba Baker, the safety for Arizona.
First of all, his name is Buda Baker. And
Buda.
And he is a Washington Husky.
Okay.
Hey, I'm telling you, this knowledge, I got a file cabinet in my head.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
He went to, so I have 2 answers here. I don't know which one it is because I feel like they're similar in some reason. He either went to Georgia State or he went to South Alabama?
He went to neither one of those.
Okay. Did he go to? Oh, damn. Did he went to a school around that area though?
He did not.
Oh, he didn't.
No.
It's a small school though.
It is a small school.
Okay. I'm not gonna get this. I'm blanking.
Do you want me to tell you? Or
yeah, where did he go? Where did he go?
Jimmy Garoppolo went to Eastern Illinois.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that. I don't know. I thought it was like in the South somewhere.
Okay, all right.
All right. That was a miss.
Let's go. That's too easy. Jerick McKinnon.
Oh, running back Jerick McKinnon. Oh, this is a good one. I'm not gonna lie, Jerick McKinnon was a really good one. And I don't think I know this.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
Jerick McKinnon. Is it a Power 5 school?
No.
Oh, I don't know this then. I'm not gonna know.
Georgia Southern.
Oh yeah, I was not getting that. That was Dad. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good one. Jerick McKinnon was a good one. You got me there.
All right, let's see. Let me.
Me not missing one. That take didn't age very well, guys.
No, I don't try to take it out. You know,
we good.
Try to take things out the video. Okay.
That's why when we do live shows, everybody's gonna be able to see raw footage.
Okay, last one. Where do I want to go here? See, I got to make sure it's somebody that you would at least know the player in the NFL.
All right, come on.
No, that's too easy.
We're cutting close on time here.
We're never close on time. All right, let's go. Shaquille Griffin.
He went to UCF.
He
went to UCF. But that's going to do it for the Alabama LSU video. Let us know.
You went 3 for 5?
3 for 5. I screwed up though. I didn't know the other two though. I thought I knew Garoppolo, but that's going to do us for the trivia. Let us know in the comment section how many of you guys got right. How many of you guys got wrong? Be honest down there. Like I said, as always, make sure you comment down below so you guys can be featured as a comment of the day. Hit that notification bell so you guys get a notification as soon as we upload a video, go live, anything like that. Like I said, live shows are going to be starting here in a couple of weeks. Probably mid to late August, right before the season kicks off. So that's going to be fun to interact with you guys in real time. Also, like we said in the last episode, we did get monetized. So thank you guys so much for helping us reach that point. We're trying to get to 1,000 so we can hit that second level of monetization, keep the community and channel growing. Without you guys, we would not be where we are right now. So thank you guys so much. We will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.